Welcome everybody to Extreme Off-Road Silly Bills, and today we're dealing with the 2020 MG number 20 MG6 XPower. So this is basically the racing version of the standard MG6 XPower. So yeah, it now has 1,356 horsepower, 1,021 pounds-feet of torque from a 7.5 litre twin turbocharged V8 engine. The car itself weighs 2,763 pounds, now has off-road tyres, all-wheel drive and off-road suspension, and it can now do 0 to 16 2.469 seconds, 0 to 103.924 seconds, and going to a top speed of 203 miles an hour. So yeah, the stats on this look fairly solid, to be honest. Even the off-road capability is pretty good for what is obviously a racing car. Speed though, and acceleration and launch are obviously the best ones, with braking and handling being well above average over for standard cars on this series. And yeah, but obviously being a racing car, it's not meant for dealing with this kind of off-road surfaces. Certainly not meant for dealing with all-wheel drive, as it only had front-wheel drive originally. And yeah, not even meant for this level of power either, because yeah, the racing version is only a little bit more powerful than the standard car. So yeah, there's going to be a big ask from this to for it to deal with well on here, but hopefully it'll be even quicker than the standard car, which managed a respectable but not remarkable time of 3 minutes 22.269. So yeah, so let's see what it can do. Now it has had a massive ride height increase to help with these conditions, raised it nearly 3 inches, which is quite a sizable amount. And obviously the tyres are off-road and they're also wider as well. So yeah, and obviously being a racing car, it's got a lot of downforce front and rear. Whoa dear. Oh, we messed that up royally there. We were a little bit too confident, so we're going to have to use a couple of our rewinds there. Get heavy down on the brakes. Oh, no, we're going to have to use another one. Well, we've balls this up, let's restart. It's not often I do that, but that was right at the beginning of the race, so it seems unfair to instantly make this car fail, but we will not use any rewinds for this second, hopefully only proper run. So yeah, it's just basically getting used to how this car handles, because obviously it is taller than it was originally, so the handling is not entirely differently the same. Add on to that the all-wheel drive system, the massive increase in power. It's got 1,000 horsepower than it had originally. And yeah, the fact that it's actually quite a nippy car, despite all of the extra power due to that downforce. It's got quite a lot. And yeah, it was a little bit alien to me driving it for that first bit. So yeah, but like I said, no more rewinds. A restart is a restart in every capacity. Rewinds. Yeah, there was no way of getting out of that situation as well without rewinding it 4 or 5 times. So it was just one of those situations where there was too much speed and not enough braking, and I think because we were just about to go in the air at that point, braking wasn't going to make any difference anyway, holding onto the handbrake or fully slamming on or anything like that, it just was not making any difference. So yeah, but this is doing really rather well now, so there's that. But obviously this has a power advantage over the standard car, because for whatever reason we can only put in the rally engine or whatever it is that can get up to about I think it's 668 horsepower, so which is a good amount, you know, that's more than twice what the standard car had, but it's nowhere near the level of some cars in this series. So yeah, this is immediately got an advantage in that regard, never mind the fact that the handling is better, the braking is better, and being a racing car is lighter. A little bit cautious because obviously we've got no rewinds, but I feel like being a little bit more cautious is still going to be more better in terms of time than if we'd have gone through with that mistake after having no more rewinds left. Because quite frankly, it looked like we're about to go off the cliff, so yeah. 150 down there, which is pretty sharpish. It's coming to the final corner, looking like we will be faster than the standard car. Or maybe only, oh no we're not. We're actually slightly slower. That is a surprise. I was expecting this to be quicker, but maybe it just wasn't able to put all that power down. We're not a huge margin behind the standard car, we're only just under 0.3 of a second, but it is behind regardless, so yeah, and that, like I said, is a surprise. So yeah, it's also slightly behind the Ferrari SF90 Stradale, but it is ahead of the likes of the Volkswagen Pickup LX, Nissan Sentra Nismo, Toyota Hilux AT38, Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro, the MG MG3, so it's not the slowest MG that we've had by any means, as well as the GMC Jimmy and the Bentley Turbo R. So yeah, but considering all the handling, the braking, the lack of weight, because yeah, I think this was lighter. Let me just check. Nope, slightly heavier, 41 pounds heavier. But still, you'd expect, given a cut, this has more than 600 horsepower extra. It's got better handling, better braking, obviously a lot of downforce that you would expect it to be better, but like I said, maybe it wasn't just able to put that power down. It is a huge amount of power at the end of the day, and a lot more than it had originally, so yeah, that's the only reason I can think it's slightly slower. But yeah, it is weird at the end of the day that they are practically the same time, despite the massive differences in power and handling and acceleration. But still, at least it's not the slowest car that we've had by any means, and it is at least not the slowest MG that we've had either, so yeah, it does have that going for it. And at the end of the day, this is a racing car, so for it to be quick at all on this series is still pretty damn good. So yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you with the next one. Bye.